Okay, we're ready. Here we go. Hey, you guys, welcome to our June team call. Words have been kind of hard for me today. I don't know why. So I've been tripping up on my words today. I have not been drinking or anything like that. I think I just have so many things on my mind today, and just so many things I'm really excited about and proud of. And I love that our call is on Monday, June 1st. Our team call is always the first Monday of the month at 8 p.m. Eastern, unless we go to a summer schedule with hours. But right now, I think it's just one call a month. So let's just keep it consistent for everybody. But you guys, I'm so excited that you're here tonight. We are going to have a guest from Team Beachbody Corporate, Jeff Mathewson, on our call as well. And he's going to jump on here a little bit later. But I'm going to first talk to you guys about this thing called a balancing act, because I have been talking to a lot of my coaches, working with them one-on-one and in small group mentorships. And I've noticed that there's been a transition in a lot of people's lives outside of COVID-19, maybe going back to work or being summertime. And people are just kind of feeling a little torn and pulled in so many different directions and having trouble balancing succeeding in your business, but also having fun and spending time with your family and not feeling guilty about it, and still being able to grow and thrive in other areas. And so I wanted to I've been there, done that so many times in so many different seasons, and just wanted to shed some light on that for you guys tonight. So hopefully it'll be super, super helpful for all of you guys. Before we jump into the content, you guys feel free to use the chat box at any point in time. I love it when you guys interact. Feel free to take screenshots of anything, but at the end of tonight's call, I will upload the PDFs of all these slides and upload them to the team page. So you don't have to be able to write and see everything. And everything on this slide, and it's something that is part of our team cover photo and most of the cover photos of the Beachbody Champions page. But I think it doesn't hurt to just mention what you need to know about this month in our business before jumping into the meat of the call. So we have our challenge pack deals are still on special. Summer Strong sale is still going on, where we have $20 off all of our challenge packs and completion packs. So that's amazing. Alana's book, what is it called? I'm reading it, but I forget it right now all of a sudden. I love it. I love it. You Can Drop It is now available in our Team Beachbody store. And I like that because we were giving Amazon a lot of our business, and now we can give it back to our own business. And I know a lot of people are watching me read the book and are wanting to know about it. We can easily share that book with someone through our Team Beachbody store. So Alana is our nutritionist for the 2B Mindset. I know a lot of you love the Ultimate Portion Fix with Autumn Calabrese. I love the 2B Mindset. It's something I've been leaning into so much lately, and it helps me so much. And I love reading her book after going through the content and learning from her, because it just reiterates everything in a new way. And I like to take things in and read them and take notes and highlight, and I'm able to do that in the book. So it's really great. I love this. We have this weekender kit. This goes on sale on Monday, so a week from today. It's kind of like a little travel size kit of all of our favorite products. And I love this because to me, I just was like, yeah, we could use this, but also I was like, this would be a really great gift for people. I was like, if someone joins as a new coach, or if someone wants to try our products, they could get a weekender kit, or it could be something somebody adds to their challenge pack so that they can try different things, kind of almost as a larger sampler pack, but it's called the weekender kit. So definitely check that out in the Coach Online office. I'm obsessed with it. I think it's super cool. It reminds me of our Summit survival kits. If you guys were at Summit, remember those? They were selling those in the core, the Summit survival kits that had beach bars and Shakeology and different
to energize,
recover, hydrate in it. So it was super fun. Hello, this is the month of salted caramel Shakeology. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. I don't know how you guys feel about salted caramel, but I've been making my own salted caramel Shakeology for a long time. And now we get to buy it as a limited availability seasonal Shakeology at the end of the month. So you know what we'll all be getting at the end of the month. Okay, so we'll be able to purchase it ourselves. We'll be able to sell it to our clients. It's going to be amazing. It's not going to be in a challenge pack. It's something just totally separate. They only sell boxes of 14. It's a kind of a limited supply thing, just for fun. Yeah, so this is a new thing Beachbody's been doing for about the past year, to have seasonal flavors. So that's our next seasonal flavor. Okay, the last two things.
I'm going to be stocking up.
I know.
So
I
better order
cannot
early
wait.
because there's going to be a lot coming to this
I still have
address.
some peppermint mocha because I bought so much because I love it so much. So, okay, the last two things are super important for us and our team. So this month, in the month of June, we're having 2 sweaty Saturdays. We're not going to have 4 because we're in summer mode, and we also want to make you want to come to it a little bit more. Okay, that also allows you a chance though as well to maybe host something for your team on the off Saturdays or those off weeks where maybe you could do a sneak peek, or maybe you could do your own live workout with your team. So whatever you want to do, it just frees up more space for you to be a leader for your team or do something for your client. So actually really like that. So June 13th and June 27th are our 2 sweaty Saturdays. I've already created events on the team page. All the info is there. What you need to know is that on the 27th, I'll be out of town. So Courtney is going to lead that one. So it'll just use a new Zoom link. So Courtney will share her Zoom link within that event. So you guys have it. It just heads up. If you're like trying to get on the 27th, the Zoom doesn't work, just be like, oh yeah, I remember Erin telling me that Courtney was going to use her Zoom for that one. All right, the last thing for the month of June, there's 2 huge training opportunities and accountability opportunities for you all, especially those of you that want to learn more and be pushed and surrounded by business builders on our team. And so we have our own group called Rise Up Leaders. And I want you to check that out on the team page. I made it an announcement on our team page. It's pinned to the top where I went live and was talking about this group and who it was perfect for and why you should join. So definitely please go check that out. It's for the month of June, and it's for all of our coaches who are really excited to grow their business and be surrounded by other business building coaches on our team. It's going to be wonderful. And then the other thing, I made an event just a couple of days ago, but I will be leading a How to Advance Your Business to Emerald and invite people to join your team. That's a long title, but that's what I'll be covering on June the 10th. So that's next Wednesday night. I will be doing that for our team. So an Emerald call. What is Emerald, why it matters, and how to make it happen in the next 24 hours, basically. Okay, so just kind of pay attention to the team page about what's going on so that you guys aren't missing any of the awesome opportunities there. If you guys have any questions, just put them in the chat box and I'll get to them at the end of our call. Okay, there's Tiffany driving. No wrecks, please, girlfriend. Okay. All right, so I'm going to get to our content, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it because, to be honest, I think that this is something that that you guys already know, but I'm just going to give you some tangibles, okay? I've had a lot of you guys tell me that you were struggling with balance, and you maybe see yourself working your business a little too much and letting go of some of your like fun friend relationships, or you're getting some slack from family and friends, or you're not spending enough time on your business because you're out of a routine, or something changed in your life. We can all relate to all of that. And so I just wanted to speak to this tonight because I think this will help you all so much this month. And I just want you to think about this balancing act for the month of June. Don't go beyond it. Don't look beyond June. Just think about right now, because I want it to be really real and something you're able to apply right now. I like this graphic that I made because it's like, what is balance? Okay, so managing your time as a business owner this summer. What is balance? Balance is the perception. Just so look at that girl that's in the photo, right? Is the perception that we're managing it all and we're kicking ass doing it, right? It means that we can do everything, that we're equally giving our time and our energy to everyone who needs it and to everything that we're committed to. We've got this, right? We're like, we can smile and we're happy. We can do everything. And actually, I hope you guys realize, like, is true balance really possible? It's something I feel like we all strive for, especially if you're a perfectionist. That's something that you think that you need to achieve in order to be successful. I know that's me. I struggle with this all the time. But you can answer this in your head or in the chat box. Is true balance really possible? Anybody? Is this possible? Can you be this girl all the time? You've got it all put together? Okay. No, not at all. So maybe take a deep breath and be like, oh, praise the Lord, I don't have to do it all, because you don't. Okay, we cannot be perfect in every area and manage everything in our lives. Okay, we can't do it. Today I didn't shower until 5:30 or 6 o'clock p.m. Okay, and there were dishes piled up in my sink until David got home. Okay, like seriously, like it's not always going to happen. There's still clothes folded on my side of the bed in our master bedroom, and they may have been there for a week. I mean, and usually yours are long.
I was
They're
gonna say,
longer.
please note, mine have been put
David
away.
put his away, but I have not. I mean, like, you know, like some things are messy, okay, sometimes, so that we can do other things, okay? And if laundry is your thing and you love it and you love to put it away, then put it away. Put away your laundry, okay, and be happy with it, okay?
And I think, a lot of people relate to balance because it's the right word that Aaron said is the sense of equality between time.
Uh-huh.
And that's not serving anything justice if we only give this amount of time, good or bad.
Yeah.
So I think about it like a juggle. It's a juggling act that we're doing. So,
but I can't juggle,
that.
So I'm going to drop the balls if I try to juggle.
Can't either, but that's
it's your analogy in your head. David had this thought in his head. Okay. So we can't really have balance in all of our areas of our life. It's impossible. Maybe you think it is, okay? But it really is. It's impossible. I've tried it. And I've ended up burned out. I've ended up really angry. I've ended up very resentful. I've ended up making lots of people that I love really mad at me. And I've ended up wanting to quit this business many times because I thought that I should be able to do it all. Should. That's a word that I no longer use anymore because it's not whether or not I should do something. It's, can I do that? Am I willing to do that? And so while we can't balance it all, what we can do, and here's what I want you to think just for the month of June, what we can do is apply this really amazing strategy. Some of you learned this with me before Beachbody Leadership event. Is a really amazing strategy where we can, and I want you to take this in, okay, this phrase, protect our energy. Okay, that's what I want you to do. That's the goal of this, is to protect our energy, right? Our passion, our heart, what we love about this business, what we love about working from home or having the option to work from home, right? Protect our energy, who we are, our happiness, our joy, and use our time meaningfully and intentionally this summer. We're supposed to have fun. We're supposed to go swimming at the pool. We're supposed to play. We're supposed to have barbecues. We're supposed to hang out with friends. We're supposed to do those kinds of things. Okay. But we can also do those things and build a killer freaking business and hit all of these awesome goals that you guys have to get to Diamond and beyond. Like, seriously. And so here's what we're going to do. It's called like the bucket strategy. I don't know if this is really what it's called, but this is what I was taught, and this is my rendition of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to determine, so step one, we're going to determine, and remember we did the pillars, the 5 pillars when we did the social media training, so same idea, but we are going to determine our 5 priorities in our life right now, like in June, because I feel like my priorities shift and change all of the time based on the direction that I'm going and what's important to me right then and there. Right now we have no kids in activities. That changes priorities, right? I mean, we have no kids in activities. And, we're not going a lot of places. So my priorities are a little different right now, and I'm able to adjust them. So determine your 5 priorities in your life right now. One of those would be like your full-time job. Okay. If there is a job that pays you a salary and gives you insurance, that's a priority. If you have a family and children, they're a priority, right? Like, those kinds of things. So these 5 areas become your buckets. Okay. And there's this like children's book where you fill your buckets, right? And some people take out of your buckets and some people fill your buckets, that kind of concept. You've heard of the buckets, but we're looking at our buckets as our priorities, our family, right? Our job, perhaps, maybe our friendships. Okay. Maybe your faith might be a bucket of yours. It's very important to you. Your Beachbody business is one of your buckets. It should be a priority if you're wanting to grow the business. It has to be a priority. It should be one of the buckets. So we determine what our buckets are. Okay. Then we determine, well, what is my goal in June for that bucket? What's my goal for my family in June? Okay. To be more present, maybe, or to play more, to have more fun. I know, whatever that is, whatever you want to work on with your family, to do something special, like, I don't know, okay? What's your goal in your business? A lot of you have already set your June business goals. You know what those goals are. Whether it's rank advancing or making a certain amount of income or SE points or recruiting, like, you have goals for your business. Maybe goals within your faith. Okay, goals within, your job, like, what's your goal in June? Do you have a goal that you're working towards in your career, your job? Those kinds of things. You get to determine what those are. I have a feeling it'll be really easy for you to come up with the first 3 or 4. And the fifth one may actually be hard to determine what is that fifth priority, but challenge yourself and try to think about it. And then your third step then would be, I have my bucket. I know what my buckets are. I know what my goal is for each bucket. Okay. Now, how am I going to choose to fill those buckets? What am I going to fill my buckets with in order to achieve that goal of being more present with my family? What am I going to fill my bucket with in order to achieve diamond or achieve success club? What do you have to fill my bucket with in order to be more present in my faith? Okay, what do I need to fill my bucket with in order to work on my marriage, right? Things like that. Like, what do we fill our buckets with in order to get closer to that goal? Okay, so priorities, goal, action, bucket, goal, how do you fill the bucket? Okay, that's what we're looking at here. So, you should absolutely be writing down all of the ideas that come to you right now. Okay, like, so you walk away from this call and you're like, okay, I think I know what my buckets are. And it might even take a little bit of like blue sky time tonight or tomorrow morning to really finish these buckets for you. Okay, but this is going to be huge for you. Like, I cannot wait for you to complete this. Okay, so for me, I was thinking back, like, what were my buckets when I decided I wanted to start building this business? Okay. Now, the important thing I actually left out, okay, well, now you can see it. So it's really not me leaving it out. Okay. So I'm moving you guys around here. So my buckets when I started building my business, like, I decided I'm not a discount coach. I'm going to grow my business. I want to sell challenge packs. I want to help connect people to the solution. I want to run a challenge group, that kind of thing. I want to sign up coaches to be on my team. So you will see that my buckets were here are my buckets, and they're in the order of importance. So David and the kids were my number 1 priority. Okay, so that's the most important bucket, that I protect that bucket, my energy for that bucket.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, so I had my bucket of David and the kids. I have my goal, a present, loving home. Okay, then I had my teaching job. I did not want it to be a number 2 bucket, but it had to be, right? Because I'm there Monday through Friday. I'm there grading papers. I'm getting evaluated. It's our income, second income. Like, I had to make it a priority. I couldn't just be like, I'm not going to show up for work today because I'd rather work my business, or I would use personal days. I can do that. Okay. But, I'm not going to grade those papers this weekend because it's just like not what I want to do. Like, I just couldn't, it wasn't an option. Then my third bucket was my personal journey. It had to be. My workouts, my nutrition, drinking Shakeology every day, those weren't a part of me yet. Okay. It was like, I don't have to think twice about drinking Shakeology or getting a workout in. It's become who I am. It's become my self-care, my therapy. But I didn't have to make it a priority, but I did when I started. I had to make my journey a priority because I wanted to get results that gave me credibility. I wanted to be a product of the product. So because I knew that was a huge foundation for bringing people in to trust me, right? Do this with me. So I had to make my personal journey. And for me, the goal was to lose 10 pounds. A priority for me. And I had to work at that. And then my fourth priority was my business because my goal was getting to diamond. So a part of my day, my week, my month was my Beachbody business being a priority. And then lastly, okay, and no judgment, right? Okay, like, my extended family and my friendships were my last priority. So I had to make some trade-offs every now and then and say no, because I had to say, if I go to this event, or if I do this, or I choose this time gossiping on the phone with my friend, is that going to get me closer to my goals and my other priorities that are more important to me? And if the answer was no, I couldn't do it. Okay. So I determined my buckets, my goal within those buckets, and then I filled the buckets. Okay, now we're not going to go over all of this. You can get the slides on the team page. But these were me just brainstorming. What are all the activities? What do I need to do in order to make sure that I'm creating a present, loving home for David and the kids right now? What do I need to do right now to make sure I'm making my teaching job a priority? what do I need to do right now to make sure I'm making my personal journey a priority? At that time, I was working out after school. So like like to make sure my workouts were a priority, I like literally like made sure that preschool could keep the kids 30 minutes longer, and that was cool, so that as soon as the school day was over, I was able, and I did my prep work, I was able to get my workout done at school before I went home. Because once I got home, like everything was like, right, like not going to happen. And I was not anywhere near a person who could get up early yet. I have evolved into that person. And so I had to do certain things like food prep and planning on Saturdays and Sunday. Like that was something I didn't make that a priority, where now we just like freaking do it. Like it's just, again, part of us. Beachbody business. I wasn't committed to power hours because I couldn't do them and I didn't know how to do them. We weren't doing those yet, but I was working in power pockets and I did have goals for my business. And I was making team calls and trainings a priority because I recognized that every time I got on a team call and a team training, that I walked away stronger and well equipped and with more energy and with more passion and more confidence and belief. So I made calls and trainings a priority. Like I'm getting on this call this week, David. Like it matters. Or I'm watching this training, or I'm watching these national wake up calls. National wake up calls were my energy and source to everything. Okay. Like for example, all these different things. And then my extended family and friendships, you know, going to visit family, girls' nights, shopping with my mom, those kinds of things were priorities because they filled me up and they made me a happy person. And I had fun doing them. They were recharging me and refreshing me. But they wouldn't take precedence over everything else if it wasn't in alignment, to be honest. I would say no to a lot of things. Okay. So basically knowing what our buckets are, okay, knowing what buckets we're filling each day, each week, each month allows us to make better decisions with our time. And I think that's what all this boils down to. It's not, can we balance it all? It's what's our goal here? What's our priority? Okay. And then asking yourself the question. So once you've determined like my kids are my priority, okay, my business is also my priority. So then you ask yourself the question, does this activity or this decision, does going out of town this weekend right now, okay, for what on a girl's trip, is that a good use of my time? Does that protect my priorities and align with my goals right now? It may be what I want to do. It may sound awesome, but is that a priority for me right now this month? Okay, I'm not saying not go on a girl's trip. You have to ask yourself that question. Will it fill one of my buckets? Because maybe one of your buckets is like time with friends because you sucked at that so bad, right? Like, so maybe that is a great thing, use of your time, but you get to decide that. So for example, like I would ask myself this question a lot. So if I go to happy hour on Friday with the teachers, is that a good use of my time on a Friday? Not when mom is pushing for big, huge freaking goals and I want to be a bus stop mom. Heck no, it wasn't a good use of my time. And I stopped going to happy hours. I made trade-offs. Now, is it bad for someone else, another coach on our team to go to happy hour? No, it's up to you. It's your decision to make. Okay. Will that align with the goals that you're reaching towards? Will sitting on the couch all day Saturday, watching Netflix and movies get you closer to your goals with your family, with your personal, like, no, it doesn't. Will cleaning up the kitchen after dinner and jumping on a power hour while your kids are playing downstairs with their dad help you get to your goals? Yeah. And it's okay. They're spending time with their dad. So you get to make those decisions in every scenario, every day. You're going to come into a new situation where you make new decisions. Well, does that align with my goals? Will that get me closer? Does this help me protect my priorities right now? Okay. Like that, seriously, like I ask myself that all the time. I say no a lot to opportunities, to going shopping, to doing things, because I'm like, right now it just doesn't align. Not a good idea for me right now. Okay. So hopefully that helps you a little bit, but I wanted to share this next part with you because we have a lot of leaders on our team, and a lot of you guys watching this are leaders on our team. And so I wanted to be able to connect with you too on this. Okay. So my buckets now are so different than they were. My buckets evolve all the time. Okay. So these would be my buckets like right now for the month of June in my business. And I never would have fathomed in a million years these would be my buckets. Okay. But when I was sitting down thinking about this, I was like, yeah, these are totally my buckets. This aligns 100% with priorities and goals in my life right now that I've chosen. Okay.
And I think it's important too, when you look at your old bucket,
Mm-hmm.
or your old buckets, The second one used to be her teaching career.
Right.
But the fact that she had, her Beachbody business as a fourth bucket, even though her teaching career used to be more of a priority, the fact that she had her Beachbody business as a priority is what moved it up further along years down the road.
True.
And you can see that bucket is no longer here because she knew her priorities 5-6 years ago and set them and aligned everything accordingly because that was a priority. That's why she doesn't have certain things like her full-time teaching career on here now. It's because she had her priorities. Sure. Had you still gone to every Friday happy night or happy hour with the English teachers, she may not be here because then that would have taken time away from
the business,
her other priorities.
Yeah, and taking care of myself.
That's one of the things that you're getting into, but I'm like, you have to realize that an old top 2 priority is gone because actually a lower priority took precedent. You let it take precedent.
Well, and what's also happened here is that the Beachbody business has become a bulk of my priorities because that's who I am now. Like it's become me and that's what I wanted and that's what I grew into. And so I'm really happy with that. Right. And we all have different goals. We're all going different places. But David and the kids are still my number one priority because a lot of what I do is for David and the kids, is because of them. And so they're my why, they're everything. And so they'll always be a priority that I'm protecting with my time. But they're also a part of all of this now too. That's the thing that's kind of cool about this business evolving 8 years later. My second bucket is service and leadership. And I'll show you more about what that means, but that's a huge priority to me, is to be a servant leader. And because my ultimate goal with our team is that we create a sense of legacy leadership where we have leaders on our team that have these massive organizations and empires that are just rolling and building themselves. And so I have this huge goal right now of legacy leadership where what we're doing is duplicating and leaving a legacy. And then my personal business is still a huge priority because within the personal business is my PS team, is me building my Instagram and continuing to make an impact and serve people in my audience. It's still a huge part of what I do. And it's always a priority for me. Like I'm working power hours just like you guys are. Okay. And then our team, like you guys, you're a priority always because we have these huge goals as a team as well. And then the last thing is a major priority for me is my own personal self-care. That wasn't on my list before, but it is a huge part of a priority in my life right now, is protecting my energy, is recharging myself, is, just doing the things that fill me up. And so this is me filling it all in. Again, I'm not going to go through all of this, but you guys will have the slides so you can see some of these activities and what I'm doing and why I'm doing them and that kind of thing. But I have, a lot of activities that help me keep me in check, that help align my goals, my activities to my priorities and everything like that. So bottom line is, this is what, you can easily do this. And this is what you need to do. If you want to just keep yourself sane, keep moving in the right direction, and honestly be able to just feel a sense of relief and not guilty about how you're using your time, and be able to process your activities and how you're using your time a little more productively, you need to do the exact same thing, is to figure out what are my buckets. Okay, what are my buckets? What's my goal? Then you fill it in. And then what you can do is you look at your calendar and say, where do I put these activities on my calendar? How do I fit in me time? How do I fit in my workouts? How do I fit in my business time? How do I fit in all of these things? And then you're able to see how those fit into your life and on your calendar. But then I think the most important thing is that you actually not just complete it, but for now, for the month of June at least, you have this printed out or you have this created. I don't know, you can draw it out, whatever you want to do, and have it next to you, and it's something you look at. Just how we look at we write our goals down and look at them, or we visualize our next 5 years or 10 years or the next year, and we read that every day, or we manifest and meditate on that. This would also be one of those things where it just helps you align your activity to your goals and keep your priorities in check, because sometimes we get off track. And that's okay. We just need somebody to reel us back in every now and then. And if I'm not there, or your coach isn't there, then maybe this will be there to help you reel things back in.
And I would say a lot of people, I know that the first time that we did this bucketing priorities activity is we wanted to not have 5. We're like, we only want 3, or I have 8. Make 5.
Yeah, try to keep it to 5.
Make 5.
Mm-hmm.
Make 5. If you only have 3, come up with 4 or 5. Or if you're like, I have 8 things, you got to whittle it down to 5 because it's probably too much to juggle. And I think that that other point, the very last point that she said, that to print it and have it there with you every day, truly, it's a sense of reflection. You have to ask yourself, is this activity aligning with my goals in each bucket? And I think that's just super important.
Super important. Okay. Anybody have any questions? I saw Jeff is on, so I'm going to throw it over to him here in a second. Anybody?
Again, just like good teaching, right? Everything you beg, borrow, and steal. So as she posts this PowerPoint and everything, if you want to use the exact same activities, do it. Ask people, ask an accountability partner, ask your coach for help to say, listen, what kind of activities should I have when I'm working on building my personal business?
Totally.
What are 3 to 5 things that I need to make sure are on my list to make sure that you're doing it well?
I think it could also be fun to jump on with some teammates, like before or after a power hour, and work on it too, just to have that accountability, because I do think it's that important for you guys. Siobhan, what if you have a teenager who just plays video games, works, and goes to school? We used to do fun stuff. I don't know, girl.
I would say, you sit down and explain that too. I think that the more that you can involve your family.
You don't do nothing. It's hard.
The more you can involve your family, the better. Talk to them and just say, listen, I have as one of my priorities that I want to spend more time with you. What are a couple activities that we could do together? It really, believe me, I'm a high school teacher. I get teenagers. And a lot of times they just need that constant little drip, like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to keep asking you until we do this because this is important to me.
Jenny, maybe you need to learn how to play this video game.
We've had teachers do that before.
Summer bucket list.
I'm there with you. I'm not gonna play the games.
Oh, I love that you asked that though. That's good. I think a lot of people
open up the conversation and just ask.
Yeah. Okay. I don't want to go in his room. You're hilarious. Okay. Anybody else was that helpful for you guys? Yes. Okay. Good. All right. I learned how to play. Yep. You guys can still give Siobhan some pointers there as we continue. Okay, Jeff, I see your picture on there. Do you hear me? Are you ready?
I hear you guys and I can see you.
Hello. How are you?
How is everyone?
How are you doing?
I'm good. As you all are aware, we are on quarantine as a country and as a world, and so my Zoom calls are either done in this little alcove we have, and we're in a little townhome right now because we're actually looking to build soon. And as I got on the call, I'm like, man, what did I just lean back up against? And no joke, it was this dump truck. And then I looked under the bench here, and there's a Care Bear. So I mean,
you're in a good
that's
place.
how it goes. So Charvon, I don't know how to connect with the teenager that plays video games, but if you need to learn how to connect with like a 5 and 3-year-old, apparently it's Care Bears and dump trucks. So.
And you have a little baby.
We do. We have a now 4-month-old little chunky baby who is like in the 99 percentile of everything. He's putting on the meat, so he's
doing okay.
I love the thunder thighs yesterday.
Yes, he's very well endowed in the category. So.
I love it. Well, you guys, this is Jeff Mathewson, and he's my Team Beachbody corporate mentor, and he is all things Team Beachbody France. He just helped launch our company to France. And he and I were chatting the other day, and he was kind of like, so how are you guys doing with the France launch? And I'm like, why don't you come talk to our team about that? So I know that you guys might be like, oh, well, I don't know anybody in France, or I don't speak French, or you might have these kind of limiting beliefs like, well, I'm just starting, or I can, whatever. You have these ideas, but Jeff also has a lot of ideas for you too that I think will make this what's happening in France seem really doable for you and almost kind of fun to get your hands in there and try it out a little bit. But I'm excited for you to be here, Jeff. Thank you. Oh, look, Caroline said bonjour.
No. Bonjour Caroline, ça va bien? J'espère que tout va bien pour vous ce soir. Nous allons parler de la France, d'accord? For those that actually speak French, you're probably like, his accent's horrible, which it is. It's like a Utah cowboy French accent. So, yeah, I'm going to talk about some France stuff with you guys, which is kind of fun. So get your baguettes and your wine and all the cliches, right? But they actually do love baguettes and wine over there. So, before I do that, thank you, Aaron, and the Young family. I say the Young family because I know the rest of them are running around there somewhere. But I just think the world of you guys and of this team, too. Obviously, I got to come out and do a retreat in Indianapolis back in September. It was actually one of the last travels I did for work because then it was the end of the year, and then baby came, and then 2020 happened. So it's really fun to be back on here. I see some familiar faces: Megan, Amanda, Steph. Jenna, my girl. I mean, and I say my girl because Jenna tags me all over a great post, and I love seeing them. And then I sometimes comment, I need to do better. So Jenna, it's good to see you too. Hope everyone is doing great, having a great Monday night. But just want to send, and I don't want this to sound Disney or corny or anything, guys, but I'm going to say it. Just want to send all of our support and love for all you guys for what you're doing as coaches, but really as just influencers, and you're bringing the light to people, guys. I mean, you really are. And I don't understate that. I'm after hours at work, so I'm not on the clock for work. Like, this is really coming from me that you guys provide such a valuable just resource and asset and tool and platform for people as coaches. Yeah, but just as friends and, colleagues and accountability partners. It's really pretty impressive to see what you guys are doing. And we just appreciate and love the heck out of you guys. So keep it up, and anything we can ever do for you, for your teams, like, feel free to reach out to myself, to Michael, to Carl, to the crew, because we're in this together. And right now there's some good growth happening in the network, but it's a good time to just be an influencer in the world. So appreciate what you guys are doing. Let's talk French and France. Before I do that, I want to ask you guys a question. You can just drop it in the chat, or if you're like, ooh, I want to talk, you can unmute yourselves too. That's fine too. But I want to ask you guys a question to kind of ask yourself, like, what is one aspect of being a coach or this business, or however you want to term that you feel like you are really good at? That this is my wheelhouse. This is what is making my business work. Like, that is my strength. What would you say it is? You can drop it in the chat. If you want to unmute yourselves and say it, you can, or if you're just like, yeah, I'm just going to type it. I want to see some of those real quick to kick us off. And I know Shervon's going to say it's video games, right? Organization. Ooh, that is not one of mine. Okay, so nutrition, running accountability groups. I dig it. Connecting, cheering people on. Tammy. This is getting in my workouts and running challenge groups. Okay, these are good. These are good. Coming in, motivating others. I dig it. Leadership, supporting my challengers, consistently working out. Keep putting those there, guys. And I want you to think of this, and you feel that this is your strength, or something you're really good at, which I don't doubt it. And I'm sure you're really good at it, and a lot of other strengths in this business. These, and for those that were at the retreat last year, I kind of talked about creating gateways in your business. I think I hit on that a little bit. These, to me, yes, they are very great strengths and assets in your business and just levers that you can pull, right? They are gateways. They are gateways through which you are able to create interest in your business, in your team, in your network. And you got to continue to polish those and get better with them and try to perfect them, right? Why I bring that up is we all have these strengths, these levers that we can pull at any given time, and we can probably get some momentum going. There's also parts of our business or levers that we don't really ever pull that are kind of weaknesses or that we're not so sure of. And I would bet, based on a lot of my conversations with the network, probably not this team, because this team, I mean, is just phenomenal, right? I actually mean that, not being sarcastic. You guys are phenomenal. But I bet a lot of people on this call haven't really thought about building internationally, right? Or maybe it's a little intimidating. Now, if you have, awesome. That's a lever. That's one of your strengths, like giving people hope that they could change. Posting videos of my workouts to inspire others. Rose, you're way better than me, because whenever I try to get like a video selfie of doing a workout, try to be a coach, like the phone falls off the table or whatever. I'm just not good at it. So that's a strength. Good job. But I want to just share a couple things tonight. And I love the buckets training that, Aaron shared earlier, because I'm aware of the buckets training. I think it's great. It's a great way to get organized, time management, prioritize, and really clear your head just of all the stuff, right? What I want to share tonight, it's just to give you hopefully a couple of tools and some inspiration or vision behind building internationally. And Anna, and as you guys have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Anna and Caroline are like, I have many friends in Australia, but we're not there yet. And Anna says, I'm hoping Spain is coming up soon. So I'm going to just jump into this. Okay. Start building internationally, because yes, we're in France, but we're not stopping. In a month and a half at Virtual Summit, which I hope you all be there because we have some surprises in store, we will be announcing the next country that we're going to be expanding into, which is pretty cool. And then soon after that, we're going to announce that we're expanding into and also to her that I can't say, but I think you guys will be pretty content with things. But if you get anything out of this call, it would be these two things with building internationally. Number one, it's never too late to start doing it. Okay. And then I'm going to expound on that. The second one is I want to invite you guys, and usually a call to action should be at the end. I'm going to invite you guys up front because I always forget stuff. So I'm just going to put it up front for you guys. Commit now to finding 5 to 15 minutes a day to build internationally in France or internationally in Canada, in the UK. And that may seem like a lot of time. If it's 5 minutes a day, that's okay. Just start trying to get your tentacles out there, trying to get your gateways created, pulling some different levers, because you never know what can happen, right? Create these gateways in your business so that you can expand and diversify your business portfolio. That's what it is. It's not building in France, guys. It's diversifying your business portfolio. Because here's the thing, Danielle Natoni did a call for me about building in France. She doesn't speak a lick of French. She'll admit it. All she knows about France is just kind of the stereotypical, Eiffel Tower in Paris. It's the city of love, and they love their food and their cheese and all that, which they do. But she's like, I don't know much about, but I want to build over there. And Caroline said, I speak German too. Well, here's a cool thing about France, Caroline, is that it's known as the gateway to Europe. I'll just leave it at that. But Danielle said it best this way. She says, I had to look at it, the France launch of, I want to build over there, but I don't really know how. I compared it to the bar blend launch. Myself and many other leaders, we weren't that excited about bar blend. She's the insanity girl, right? And she's like, it's not really my jam. It's not really my program. I'm a hit cardio kind of person. Those are my workouts. But then she realized, even if I'm not into bar blend, even if that's not my jam, so to speak, she said, someone else in my network, my connections, my organization, my team, that is their jam. That is their gateway, their lever that they're going to pull. And I need to at least understand what this looks like or how to do it, so that if I've got this new coach or an emerald coach or whoever it is that wants to build in France, or maybe has a huge network in France because they studied abroad there for 5 years, you never know. As she said, just like bar blend, after doing the program and actually experience it, now I love bar blend. Now I feel comfortable talking about it, right? It's the same thing building internationally, guys. You don't have to raise your hands, but I'm sure a lot of us feel uncomfortable about it because maybe we don't speak the language, right? You probably speak it better than I do, as you heard earlier. Maybe we don't think, I don't know if they're going to understand me if I start reaching out. What do I do if they start talking to me? And it's just hard, right? Well, I'm going to share some things that will hopefully help you with that. Just know that there are people in the country of France, and as a byproduct, any other French-speaking country, because they're all connected over there, that need what you have. And that's the total solution. It's, yes, fitness and nutrition, but it's accountability and support. You guys have that to offer. And it doesn't matter what language you speak or where you come from or what your background is. People don't just join this community and they don't stick around because of a language or because of a product or a program, frankly. They stick around because of the connection and what they feel. And I think what they can feel transcends a language barrier, transcends a background, right? And here's another fun fact. 40% of French people speak fluent English. 60% of them understand English. And I'm going to show you something on the old Instagram. I was going to do MySpace, but I know I'm out of touch with that. So I'm going to show you something on Instagram on how you can start connecting, even if you don't speak French. Okay. So my invitation for you, again, diversify your business portfolio by number one, just start building. Find 5 minutes a day to just commit to building in France. Or if you're like, I don't really want to do France, but I want to do the UK. Okay, go build in the UK, because what it's going to do to help build in those markets is great. But what it does to help prepare you for future market launches, guys, is unparalleled. Here's a fun fact. I wasn't going to share this, but I am. If you look at Beachbody, we're about a $1 billion company, right? It's not to brag or anything. It's just to kind of show, wow, we have some massive growth, right? The majority of our revenue and growth and momentum, guys, is here in the good old USA. A little bit of Canada, a little bit of the UK. Other network marketing companies, which are awesome and they do great things, the majority of their revenue or their growth is happening internationally or overseas, which kudos to them. There's not a lot of growth in the States. But to me, that shows that we haven't even hit the tip of the iceberg, so to speak. We haven't even scratched the surface with what we're going to do as a Beachbody family, right? As we start to expand into these other markets and expose the benefits and the, just the community and culture of this team, of Beachbody as a whole, who knows what's next, right? And if we're that big already just in the States alone, what's next to come? So again, I hope there's some excitement. If there's not, get excited about it, because I am, and I've been in the industry for 15 years and I've never been this excited about future growth. Okay. Making sure there wasn't a question. Also, you'd be surprised how many people speak English. In Europe, it's not uncommon for people to be bilingual. Absolutely. The other thing great about France, why I build in France, is this. It is in a very good way. It is a melting pot of just different cultures and just diversity. It's great. I lived over in northern France for about 3 years, and I kept a journal just because it was crazy living in France. Like, I've never experienced this before. This was fun. But I kept a little chart. I should go find my journal and show you, but I kept track of the number of countries from which people were from that I met or I talked to, right? And actually, I'm going to have a little fun with this. Okay, we're going to have a little fun. We're going to give away some Beachbody gear right now, live on the call. Aaron's like, oh boy. Yeah, you're welcome, Aaron. You won't get anything out of this call except some free stuff, okay? I need a number, okay? How many countries did I mark down of people that I met in France? Different countries. Does that make sense? How many countries were people from that I met in France? Drop them there, Caroline, okay? And if you overbid, that's okay. We're not playing Price is Right style here. I know David's a big Bob Barker fan, but, okay, oh, wow. Okay, I'm going to count on Aaron and David to find my winner here. This is a big team. Okay. And I'm going to give it away to the two closest. So I'm going to make David work really hard right now. He's a teacher. He knows numbers. He's great. The number of countries was 1, 5, 4. 154 different countries. Correct. I know. I see. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, I should have guessed higher is why their jaws are dropping, not the fact there's 154 countries. But you know what, Charvon? Charvon comes in right at the comes in at the last minute. Charvon gets a prize too. So there's 3 prizes going out. I like Charvon. And you know what? We don't have like a branded like PlayStation. So it's going to have to be like a shirt or a hoodie or something. Okay. So I'll work on that. But 154 countries, guys. And it was awesome. I mean, you name it, countries in Africa, Congo, Madagascar. I mean, the Czech Republic, China. I mean, just everywhere. And what that tells me now is that, yes, you are going to try to expand into France, guys, but you never know where you are expanding next by doing so, right? You may make a connection with someone in France that speaks English that is originally from Australia, or that speaks English and lives in Spain, or they speak French, but they have a bunch of connections in Canada, and they become this next Star Diamond leader for you. You never know, right? But you're never going to know if they are out, not if they're out there, because I know they are, because my journal says so, but you're never going to know if you can make that connection if you don't start doing so. Okay. So the 2 takeaways: 1, it's never too late to start building internationally. Don't feel like you've missed the boat or anything because the launch happened last Wednesday. Trust me, you did not. Here's an example. When we launched in Canada on day one, I don't know, who's the leader? You guys have heard of Jamie and Kim Fitzpatrick, right? Probably heard of them. Jamie didn't sign up till about 3.5 years into us being in Canada. Kim was about a year later. They didn't sign up on day one of the launch. It's not, oh, get in quick. It's like, get in early and you're going to just grow like crazy. I mean, you can, but just because you didn't have any contacts on day one of the launch, you're okay. Start doing that now. Start diversifying your business portfolio. And you'll never know what can happen. And if anything, you'll at least get some free gear like Julie, Sherry, and Charvon did. So after the call, I need you guys to either message Erin and she'll message me, or message me directly. Address, phone number, shipping address, phone number, and your preferred, this is weird to ask on a call, but your preferred top size. I'll just say top. If it's a tank top or a shirt or a jacket, I don't know what. There it is. My wife's probably listening to me like, what are you doing? Sorry, it's part of the gig. All right. That's why I think you should build in France. And guess what? There's some resources to help you. I just dropped 2 links in this chat. Maybe, Erin, if you want to copy and save those, paste them in the group later, whatever you want. The second link, guys, is a Facebook group page that we have that's ran by myself, Arnaud Nakaha. Several of you probably know him. He's great. He speaks French way better than me. And our new regional manager of coach development that lives in France, in the UK right now, Nina. Okay. We run this page, and it is a page designed for existing coaches to just learn how to start building internationally, right? There's trainings in there. There's resources if you'd like. If you're like, I don't know where to get started, guess what? That page is your hookup. Okay. That Google Doc, that really long, weird looking link. This is a Google Doc that basically has everything in that Facebook group in one Google spreadsheet. So you don't have to go dig and search and stuff. Okay. There are training videos. There are Power 30 sessions that we've had leaders like Tanya Barrett, or not Tanya, she didn't do one. She did a training though, but Joy Bowen, Lena Klein, who are both building in France. They actually did a live 30-minute session to show you how to build and start connecting in France. They're really good. So there's some resources for you if you need them. I'm going to share one way that you can start connecting right now, even when I'm talking on the call, because you're probably bored of my monotone voice already. You're welcome. And then I'm just going to give you a couple of cool things about this launch, then I'll be all done. Okay. The first is this. How can you start building and connecting in France? If you have a phone, you want to know what my work life is like? That is during this call, all the notifications. Go to Instagram. Okay. I'm on Instagram. Okay. See that? Now, if you go to the little magnifying glass, and I should be able to figure out how to put this in a presentation so you can see it full screen, but I'm going to go ghetto style here with putting this up on my phone. I apologize for that. But if you go to your phone, and I'm going to show you how to start connecting in France today during your 5 or 10 or 15 minutes that you're committing a day, right? We're committing to do that if you want to expand internationally. You're going to hit the magnifying glass. See if I can do this backwards. I did. Great. Then if you go up to the search field up at the top, when you do that, it gives you an option to hit top, accounts, tags, or places. Okay. You can do either one of those. And I know you guys do this in the States already. It's the same thing in France. Okay. Start making connections. So let's go to places. Okay. And if you go to places, it's going to pull up hashtags that maybe you've searched or that you shared before. I have a bunch of French ones on here because I've done a couple of these trainings now. But you can go to places and you can type in Paris or Nice, which is spelled nice. That's the one I always remember because it's easy to spell. Nice. Or you could put in, I don't know, you could go to tags and type in France fitness or French wellness. Or if you wanted to go to tags, you could go to Le Louvre or the Eiffel Tower. I mean, you can just search for some common hashtags in France. If you're like, well, what are common hashtags? Go into that launch page I told you earlier. We have a list of fitness France hashtags that you can start searching. Anyways, you get the point. So I'm going to search Nice, France. When I click that, it pulls up all of these pictures that have had a hashtag. Okay. Now keep in mind, as you're doing this, a lot of people that travel over there, they probably hashtag Nice, France. So you may get some tourists. It's not a bad thing. Maybe they're from the States or somewhere else we build. Okay. But I'm going to go through here and I'm like, oh, well, that's really cool. This guy, this gal, oh, she's ripped. Way to go, gal. She's doing like some back one arm pull up in her backyard. Has 1,300 likes. She's talking in French though, so I don't know what's going on. But guess what, guys? Look what's right down there at the bottom. It says see translation. So if you don't speak French, Instagram does. You don't have to speak French. You hit see translation and it says, got my upper arm workout today. The direct translation is a little messed up, but you get the point. Got my upper arm workout today, feeling great. And then she put in her hashtags. Well, if I look at her accounts, that had some likes and she has like 500 followers. I'm going to like that post. Maybe I'm going to comment. Maybe I'm going to friend her. You guys know how to do this, right? Start making those connections. But the other thing you can start doing in this 5 to 15 minutes is see this little tag over here, this little ribbon. And again, you guys are probably like, Jeff, we know this. We do this already. Start doing it in France, right? But if you go here and hit collections, it's going to say save to collection, right? That little blue bar pops up. I'm so sorry I don't have this on a bigger page, guys, but you get the point. You click that, it says save to collection. If you click save to collection, you can create a new folder of all the pictures or accounts that you want to save to your France collection or to your Canada collection, or when we launch in your collection. Okay. I'm not telling you what it is. You're not going to get it out of me. Even if Charvon offers to return her jacket that she won. Okay. You're getting a jacket, Charvon. But that's just something you can start doing, guys. And if it's a goal of, you know what, in the next 5 minutes, I'm committing to connecting in France, I'm going to commit to connecting with 5 accounts. Or by the end of the week, I'm going to have 25 new connections in France. And as you have these 5, 10, 15 minutes a day that you're kind of setting aside for this, start interacting with them. Like their posts. If you comment in English, guess what? If they don't understand or speak it, which 60% of them do, they can hit see translation. And what are they going to see? They're going to see an awesome coach like McKenna Olson. Says McKenna Olson from United States. Who's that? They're going to go to your account, and what are they going to see? They're going to see an account with great motivational posts, some awesome workouts, like, or whatever you've been posting and being consistent with, right? It's just building those connections now. Now, the tough part, and I get it, there's not necessarily an immediate ROI on this thing, right? How is this helping me get to elite, Jeff? How is this helping me earn a higher cycle bonus, which Beachbody does not guarantee any amount of success. It's based on our individual efforts, skills, and hard work, right? We get that. You won't see the immediate ROI, but we have to remember in this situation, this is a delayed response business, just in general. But the efforts that you put in now and the connections that you start making will dictate what you do internationally moving forward. It will. And if anything, you're going to learn some things and maybe some better approaches of how you can build in the States, okay? And I'll say this too, and then I'm actually almost done. You're like, yay, no more Jeff. Just kidding. I love you guys too. I would say this, and this is coming from the international guy. I mean, I still work in the Eastern US. Can't get rid of me yet. But this is coming from the international guy. Don't go commit all your time and resources to building in France. Keep building here. It's our bread and butter. It's your bread and butter. It's the moneymaker. It's where we're best established. But again, I think that we're doing ourselves and our business a disservice by not starting to find those little pockets of time to start expanding. Because like Carl says, with international expansion, he's never really said it publicly. He just says in the meetings, he says, as we expand internationally, one, we're going to do it the right way, meaning legally. We're going to go through the right proper methods and protocol and everything. 2, we're going to do it full throttle, meaning having products, bod, and the coaching opportunity. And 3, sorry, I got counting off, but the third one, he says, we're going to do it for the long term, meaning we're going to be there and we're not leaving and we're going to keep expanding. So start now, guys. Okay. Now let me share a couple quick slides and then I'm done. Aaron, I'm going to send these to you. So what can you expect right now at the France launch? Well, here are some things that are available. I'm going to share my screen with you all you wonderful host disabled attendee screen sharing. I think you're going to have to make me a co-host, Aaron. I don't have the proper authority to share. The suspense is killing everybody. What do these slides look like? And again, guys, if there's any questions, feel free to drop them there. There probably isn't, just because it's a new thing, and I get it's kind of can be an intimidating thing, but just start, right? That's the biggest thing.
Okay, try now. Sorry.
Don't be sorry. No need to be sorry. Okay, you guys can see it. Perfecto. And I'll send you these slides. Don't feel like you have to take notes or anything. Again, the two biggest resources I already gave you in that chat, right? That Google Doc and then that Facebook page. Go join it. I'll approve you. And seriously, guys, if you need to ever get a hold of me, if you're like, I have someone that's talking back to me in French and you're thinking about being in my challenge group, what do? I'm happy to help you message them, speak with them, like whatever you need, count me in. Here's what's available in France right now, okay? Okay, I'm gonna take 15 more seconds to tell you, guys, so far, about 5 days into this thing, we have almost 400 coaches in France, which is great, that have signed up. The first day, about 300 of those signed up. So up front, a lot of people jumped right in and got going. There are 700, I think as of today, 62 customers in France, and associated bod subscribers as well. And just a lot of excitement over there. So again, they are really amped up, and they love Shanti, they love Autumn, and they, not surprisingly, but they love Joel. They know Joel really well with Lift 4 over there. So nothing against Joel, but he just hasn't been around as long as those other guys, right? So they know the Beachbody brand. But here's what's available. The Beachbody Challenge is available. They can enter, they can submit, they can participate in that. Bod Groups is available. Beachbody On Demand is available in English and in French, okay? So the workouts are available in both languages. They are all subtitled in French, and from 80 Day Obsession on, they are dubbed, meaning the audio is translated in French for them, okay? Another resource that you have, guys, is if you do start connecting with people and you start communicating with them on the gram or on MySpace or whatever, or Napster, if that's a thing still, wherever you're connecting with these people, I got a smile for Napster, thanks for the courtesy giggle, is you can share the Team Beachbody website or your back office. If you go up to the top right corner of your back office, guys, there's that little American flag. If you switch that to a French flag, it'll switch everything in your back office to French, to where you can share that out really easily. Same thing with the blog. All the recipes are in French. You can just toggle it back and forth. So there's a resource for you. Here's one more thing that's available in France. This is something that we're kind of pushing. It's kind of the lead-in with that market. It's called the pre-launch pack. Now, Shakeology is not yet approved in France. It's not that it's not a good thing. It's just with a product with that many ingredients, the French government is really, really just thorough and just making sure that it's all dialed in. So Shakeology is coming soon, but we have this killer pre-launch pack that's available, meaning coaches can sign up, or customers, whatever, they can sign up on a pre-launch pack. They get their choice of Energize, they get their 2 choices of Beach Bars, they get their annual bod subscription, and they get both full digital versions of UPF and 2B Mindset, which a lot of US leaders have said, you guys should put this in the States. So we should, maybe we will, but this is a cool kind of exclusive offer for just our French coaches, nowhere else. So you can use that as a talking point, okay? Now, here's a couple of promotions. I'm almost done, I promise. Any coach, okay, that either helps someone get one of these pre-launch packs in France, or that signs someone up as a coach on a pre-launch pack, they are getting access to a VIP launch group. It's basically a 2-week group that's going to start here next week. And every day, these new coaches are going to get exclusive training from Carl, Michael, Kim Carver, some Yahoo in a red plaid shirt that tries to speak French, and some other guys and gals, okay? But they're also going to get some pretty intimate interaction with each of the super trainers, Sean T, Autumn, Jericho, Joel, Megan, you name it, in this group. So we're trying to get the French coaches really exposed to what we have to offer, right? That pre-launch pack is also discounted 20 euros. During the first 10 days. So that's another talking point. And there's going to be some other promotions, guys, because again, if you're just starting to connect, if you're like, oh, I missed that window for that first 10 days, it's okay. Remember, just get started. There's going to be some more incentives here soon. So they're going to get access to that. I'm not going to go over this slide because it's a bunch of boring numbers, but just so you know, the pricing is really good. There is PV with all the products over there, so that contributes to your commissions like normal. And this pre-launch pack has 2 Success Club points attached to it, which will contribute to your Success Club status. Okay. This is the fun one because we all like incentives and fun stuff. And then I'll be done. I promise. Then we can all go eat. Well, it's not dinner time for you guys. Dinner time for us out here. I talked about that VIP launch group. There's 3 other promotions that are available to you and your coaches in France, not French, in France. Okay. The first is the Success Starters program, just like it is here in the States, guys. If you have a coach in France that earns Success Starters by the end of the year, they're going to get the $200 in commissions, the 200, bonus points, so to speak. That second, or this, I should say right here, it's called the Aider un, Gagner un. See, if you just repeat that, you speak French. Perfect. It's the Help One, Earn One promotion, where if any coach just in France, okay, this is for your new French coaches, if any time during June, they can help one person get a pre-launch pack, we're going to give them a Team Beachbody France backpack. Help someone get a pack, France backpack, pack. See what we did there? You'll remember it now. Okay. This last promotion is for you guys and any existing coach in any market. Okay. When you can help coaches in France do the following, you're going to earn some tiered pricings. Now, tiered pricing, man, I cannot speak tonight, guys. And this is through the end of August. Okay. So plenty of time to take advantage of this, but it's a tiered prize incentive where essentially if you can help 2 people in France earn Success Club, again, during that time frame through the end of August, we're going to give you, I don't have the picture of the hat. It's actually really cool. It's a TBB France hat, and you're going to get a printable digital certificate of you being an international builder. If you can help 3 people do that. Some of you recognize the roller case we had last year, those nice white ones. You're going to get one of those, but we are branding it out with some TBB France international builder stuff. And then if you can help 4, not if, when we can, we're going to hook you up. It says a hoodie. It's not. It's actually a really cool, I thought I had the image on here. It's our recognition team has designed it up. It's a Team Beachbody France international builder jacket. It's kind of a pullover jacket, really cute, pretty stellar looking. So again, just some added incentive as you continue to start connecting and building in France. With that said, I'm done talking. The 2 biggest takeaways are this. 1, it's never too late to start building internationally. Start now. If you're too tired to start now, start tomorrow. Just find 5 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever it is. Start making those connections. And then the second one, obviously, like I just mentioned, find that time and just start doing it, guys. Because 3, 6, 12, 24 months, whatever it is from now, who knows who's going to take off with this, or who knows who you're going to meet that will know someone that's going to take off with this. And when you have that happening in your organization, that's what lifts your entire business. So I'm done. I'm going to close my mouth now. If there's any questions.
No, that was great, Jeff. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted Jeff to come on. I mean, because I don't know who you all know, right? And I don't know if anybody here, right, has a network that they feel comfortable building with right now, but now we all have the tools to do it a little bit. So what you could do, guys, is look at your tracker that you're using during your power hours and even just write France on there, and that will jog your memory to say, oh yeah, I'm going to do a few minutes of that, 5 minutes of looking at hashtags or locations in France. I think it's a great idea, Jeff. I'm so glad you did it. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions for Jeff? Maybe, 1 question or 2 questions. And then as soon as we're done here, we're going to have our moment of silence that I told you guys we were going to have on this call tonight too. Yeah. Anybody have any questions at all for Jeff? Love this. So if we call you, you'll speak to these potential coaches in French. You already offered that, right?
Yeah, I will. And Nina, like I said, she's from Paris. She grew up in Paris. She's French, and literally her main objective is to work with our existing U.S. Canadian coaches to help them work with those coaches over there. So yes, use us, guys.
That's amazing. I love that you guys have that for us.
Work with Nina over me. Her accent sounds way better.
Oh, really? Okay. She could seal the deal a lot better than you're saying?
Yep.
Okay, no problem. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. This was great information. So Jeff, you're welcome to stay on or jump off, doesn't matter, but we're going to have just like a quick moment of silence together as a team for I don't even know what to call it, right? The recent events that's going on in our country, in our world, in our communities right now. I don't have a lot of words to express it, but what I want you all to just know is that we love you all so much. And we know that so many of you and all of us in our own ways are hurting or confused and angry. And I do see this team as a family. And it breaks my heart to know that so many of you right now are experiencing things that are unimaginable. And as a mama bear kind of person, I want to make it all go away and be able to help all of you. And I know that I can't, but what I do know is that together we are stronger, and together we can make a massive impact with our voices, with our prayers, with our manifestations, with whatever energy we have inside of us, pushing towards positivity and good, and even use our voices if you feel so compelled. And so, I just want to take a moment, because I do think that there's something powerful will happen. And I believe that if we all gather together in positive thought and prayer for our country and our communities right now. So if you guys would just take a moment with me, and we'll just have a moment of silence. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining in that 1 minute of silence for everyone that we're praying for, and for our teammates, for our families, for our communities, for our friends. You guys, I love you so much. I really, really do. I want everybody to stay safe and close to the fire of our team. Let us know if we can help in any way, shape, or form. And I know David and I will be offering something soon too that we think might help some people out as well. You guys, I love you. Okay. And thank you so much. Thank you, Jeff, for your time and energy tonight. I know that this is, family time for you too. So we appreciate you. And I'll see you guys on the team page. Join Rise Up Leaders. I'll see you on everything soon. All right, you guys. I'll upload the recording tomorrow, because we're going to go unplug and hang with our kiddos for a little bit. You guys are amazing. See you later. Thank you so much.